Hello and welcome to part 1 of my 2D platformer game tutorial in Unity. So today should be all about diving into the basics and setting up our project. So by the end of this tutorial, you should have a solid foundation to start building your own game. So let's get started. So first of all, we're going to go over to Unity Hub, and then we're going to find the new project button in the top right. So we should look for 2D built-in render pipeline, but if you're using older versions of Unity, it should only say 2D. So then we're going to change our project name from my project to 2D platformer tutorial. And then we're going to fix this. And we're going to press on create project. So obviously this, you should have this to where your location is supposed to be. This doesn't really matter except if you're an organization, so let's keep this as it is. Use Unity version control, we're not going to be needing this, so let's keep it like this. Now press on create project, and it's going to take some time. So first of all, let's start with a very simple layout description. So over here we have our project manager. So this is basically just like the file explorer where you can open folders, open files, and this is basically where you store everything in your project. So this is the hierarchy. This is basically everything that's going on in your game right now. So everything that you took from the project explorer and put it into the hierarchy, this is what's in your game. And then here, this is the inspector. So if we select anything from the hierarchy, you're gonna see, so basically the preferences and everything that has to do with the asset that you chose. And then here, this is the scene manager. So basically this is where you're gonna be working on your game. And the game manager, here, this is basically what your game's gonna look like. So if we change the main camera color here, if you change the background color from blue as it is right now to this sort of yellow orangish, and then we go to our game manager, the color changes. And then here, this is our animator. We're not going to be using this right now because it's a bit more advanced. And this is the animation times. It's also the same to do with the animator. You might not have this, so let's close it for now. And yeah, so here this has everything to do with your file. We're not going to be using a lot of these, but one thing we're going to need to do later on is how to open our package manager, because we're going to use that pretty often. And the console tab is one more thing. So here is basically where you're going to be getting all your errors. So your errors should be in red, and anything that you have where it's basically a warning or it's trying to let you know something about your Unity version or your game, it should be in yellow. And then anything that, for example, you said in your game, if this happens, print in the console, hooray it works, you're gonna see it in white, so in this color. And then of course, if you want, you can just clear it from every single time you play the game. You can clear it so the console is fresh and you're not confused with other stuff that you did from before. And one more thing is this part over here. So if you go over to your game tab, and next to this bug over here, you should see this. And by default, I think it should come with play maximized. So this basically, so if you play your game like this, the game is going to be maximized, so you can't change anything else. So let's wait for it to load. And as you see, the game is maximized, so you can't change anything else at the moment. But then if you change that to play unfocused and then you run it, you're gonna see that the game is playing, but you can still see the inspector, the hierarchy, and the console. So I personally use play unfocused because you can see everything else and control it while the game is running. Okay, so first of all, how do you import something into your game, into your projects here, and then take that into the hierarchy? So first thing you need to do is you need to go over to your scene manager right here, and then come down here to the assets. You can create another folder if you want for all of your sprites and stuff, but for now, let's just keep it like this. So we're gonna right click, and then we're gonna look for import. So we're going to be importing a new asset, and then we're going to go over to downloads, and I'm going to press on this. So this is basically just a white box, and this is going to be our sprite and our main character for now. So there are other easier and simpler ways to do this, but for the case of simplicity and this tutorial, we're just going to do this like this. So if you go back to our game and look at the thing that we just imported, it's just a white box. And if we press on texture type here, so if this was a pixel art or something else, we could have changed a lot of stuff at the bottom here, but for now it's just a white box, so we don't need to do anything. So let's select it and drag it into our hierarchy. And from here you can see that there is a white box in our scene, and if we press on our game, this is the box. So this is how our game is going to be looking for now. So this box is now just a visual asset, so it doesn't have any colliders, so basically it can't move around. Gravity doesn't apply to it, and it's just going to be staying there as if it's just a box, so nothing else happens to it. So this asset right here is going to be our player, so let's rename it from solid white. So you can rename it two ways. Either you press on three ways, if you press on F2, or if you press on rename right here, or if you just select it and in your inspector here you can change it. So everything under this here we're going to be talking about later, but for now at the beginning let's just talk about the transform. So here basically you can change the X and Y of our box that is here. So if our box changes, so if we press on 10 it goes over there, if we press on -10 it goes over there. So this is basically pretty simple. So this is the x-axis, so it goes like this, and it starts over here in the middle, not in the bottom left. Same thing for the y-axis. If you set this to 10, it goes all the way up there, so you can't even see it, you need to scroll out. And by the way, if you want to scroll out just like this, you just scroll in and out with your scroll wheel, and if you need to move around, you just need to press on your scroll wheel and just drag it around. You should see this handle sort of cursor. And then for the z-axis, this should not really matter for now because this is only a 2D game. So let's reset this, and now it's back into the middle. So after you rename it to player, you can see under here it says tag. So this is basically when you're coding, you can call your player, so you can do changes to your player from your code using this here. So if we say the tag player, so there's a tag called player here, so in our code later on we're going to be calling player. So basically it's not going to be this, it's going to be calling this tag right here. So if we change this to anything else, let's say character, this doesn't really matter, because when we're in our code we're going to be talking about the tag, not the player name. So let's just call this player with a capital P for now. So it has to be capital because later on in our code we're going to need it to be so case sensitive. Okay, so now if we go onto our game and run it, we're gonna see that as soon as this works, nothing is going to be happening. Our player or our white box is gonna stay right here in the middle. So that's exactly what happens because there is no physics up until now. This doesn't have any box colliders. So this is something we're going to be doing later on, box colliders or rigid bodies. So for now, let's close this and let's add a floor to our game. So we're going to be dragging this here again, and we're going to move it down here. You can just select it right now, and we want to make it bigger. So you can do this if you press over here. This is called the scale tool. As you can see if you hover over it. So if you drag it here from the white bar, the red bar, so if you drag it like this, So we want to make it bigger and like this. So now we're going to press on this tool where we can drag around, and we want to move this down a bit more. So you can press on W to do that, but so this is basically the shortcuts. They're a bit harder to memorize, but for now you can just use this bar over here. So this is if you want to rotate anything like this, but we don't want to be doing that. This is the scale tool, we already used it, and this is our rectangle tool. It makes our character bigger or smaller. And this is our transform tool, what we just had, but it gives us all of this. So let's just press on W and we have this. So let's move it to the bottom. So all you can see in your game is this. So this is going to be the floor. Let's move it down a bit more so our character has more space. Okay, so now let's change the color of our ground, because our ground and our player are both the same color. So let's press on our ground, which is for now just called solid white, which is the same thing that it's called in the project manager. So we press on our solid white ground and we press on our color. So for now you can see this is pure white. We want it to be a bit more grayish, so if we pull this down a bit, should be working. So here, and then drag it a bit down so it's a bit more gray. So now you can see the difference in color. It's not really that obvious, but this is how we want it to be. So the ground color doesn't really matter. You can change it for whatever you want. So let's change here. Let's take our character, take it higher a bit, and make it a bit smaller. So we're gonna press on the rectangle tool, and then do this, and then bring it again back to the middle. So that was it for this video. So in this video we basically talked about all of the tools, and we talked about the layout that is in Unity. So now in the next video we're going to be adding more physics and more colliders to our characters and our sprites so they can move, and it's going to be more dynamic. So that's it for this video. See you in the next one. Bye.